Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2 1 2.
I kind of matched the trees here tonight because I'm trimmed. Bows in my hair, you pervs. What are you thinking? Come. Everybody, I feel so at home here tonight. You have no idea. I got my car parked, and Deb and Terry, I'm so sorry, honey. Deb and Terry were standing in the back. I walk up and Terry goes, "You must be one of the performers." Well, my first thought was, well, shit, I left my pole at home. How'd she know? So here I am. I seem to be the majority on stage tonight because I was born in Texas. Come on now, I'm not going to state that obvious thing. I had to bring the burlesque to the show tonight. And the sister's trying to get her $25 out of this damn outfit. Don't get it twisted. A rural deer is hood. Those cats will walk out 2 steps into the road, look at you like, what you coming at me with, bitch? A Nissan? Is that a fucking Nissan? Shit. Get the fuck out of here with that. I think that Shane is quite possibly the sexiest name for a dinner theater anyone ever could come up with. That and the fact that it's the same name as a cartoon character that I had a huge crush on when I was 14, and I'm going to pretend that it ended, even though we can all admit that it hasn't. You guys are such an awesome crowd. It's a damn shame I can't see a single one of you. This one light right here is just like, oh, man, if I didn't know better, I would think I was getting arrested. So right here we have the most fertile couple in Ohio. None of my business, but maybe we should separate you two. I know. Just for the remainder of the show. Anything that happens outside of the show is like Vegas. Okay, it's not my business. But let's see, we've got Tyler back here who did the McDonald's training video and then started thinking that he was 90s rock stars. Is that close? And then we've got Spike. Spike looks just like Steve Martin, except old. And then, last but not least, we've got Brian, who is reaching for to teach tolerance for sci-fi geeks. I think that's very important. But Brian, I'm sorry, honey, I am a Trekkie, so we're gonna really have to work on our relationship because I can't have 3 universes running around in my brain. There's just not enough capacity. It's like, what kind of funeral do I want? Because if I leave it up to my kids, it's gonna be boring. And I think I need to have a ghetto fabulous fucking funeral. I am so serious. I think there should be VIP up in the pulpit. Pastors can be dressed like pimps. You know, pop some bottles as folks come in. It's a celebration, bitches! Woo! Let the altar boys make it rain over my coffin as the pallbearers carry me out. Enjoy yourself. I really find it interesting. This particular type of clothing has like inserts in it. It's called boned, as opposed to me after my divorce, which was hosed. Okay, so let's honestly talk about my ex-husband. So let me explain about my ex-husband. He's a German-Irish dude, right? He has got to be the whitest white man in America. I am not even playing with y'all. That fucker glows in the dark. I could not sleep around him. That's why you have to get divorced. I've been called a cougar. First few times I heard that, I was a little offended because I always thought it had a negative connotation until I realized, oh hell, I am brown and in some places I'm fuzzy. People are just calling it like this. And thank you all for your honesty. Because for those of you who haven't figured it out, I'm also single. I've been divorced now for about 3 years. Whoever just whistled, I will give you my phone number afterwards. Hey, I'm an equal opportunity dater. In fact, to be honest with you, I kind of did dating white dudes. Because first off, in Ohio, there's a bumper crop of white dudes in Ohio. And I'm starting to like blue eyes like I like fried chicken and watermelon. So don't get it twisted. Okay? Do not get it twisted. But I would mention this to young white men. In a pinch, a middle-aged Asian guy will do. I'm so awful. Now, I will admit it. I do tend to date white dudes because this is Ohio. There seem to be plenty of them. Just saying, don't have to look as far. And I mean, there's this part of me that kind of feels like I'm giving back to the community because I'm keeping the man down for a change. Think on that.
I actually have been single now for about 3 years. And I just decided that, I'm just going to start making things kind of obvious because nobody seems to be picking up on the little hints. Like my Craigslist ad. So
I also try to get back in the dating game. I'm not going to say that I have difficulties or anything, but I've come to the conclusion that men for me are like donuts. Tasty, but not all that good for me. And I have that with the whole online dating thing. And where are the lies to the fellas? When they're saying athletic body type, they don't mean sumo wrestler. On occasion, I've been called a cougar. At first I'd be kind of insulted by that until I realized, well, I am brown in some places I'm fuzzy, so I know that sooner or later I have to grow up. And so just last week, I tried going out with a 46-year-old. Okay, technically he was a set of 23-year-old twins, but I'm just saying, 12-step programs, you gotta start with one. They answered the Craigslist ad. I mean, it's not like two of them was gonna make me last twice as long, so no harm, no foul. That's the way I look at it. I'm 43 years old. My kids are 20, 17, and 13. So, my son's friends are now legal. And if they're hitting on me, I'm just not as offended anymore. But every once in a while, one of my friends will ask us, like, well, aren't you afraid your son might be offended, you dating somebody that's close to his age? Well, I was kind of offended all those times he broke curfew. So maybe if he'd have listened to me from the beginning, I wouldn't have lost my damn mind and started looking at his classmates. At least he knows not to bring them around me. I'm at least honest about that. But I guess I shouldn't mislead you guys too much right now. Actually, I am in a serious relationship with my shower head. What, he's clean?
But fellas, think about dating women like doing crossword puzzles. You want to knock out an easy one every now and then to get your confidence up. Well, we're, holed up in this hotel room, and I asked for room service because I love room service, and I would do it at home if people would deliver. But the thing is, the guy brings up the food, and he sees these people in basically rainbow shades in this one room together, and he's like, so, are you guys all related? And I'm like, yeah, I'm their mom. And he gives me that look like, what you talking about, Willis? And so we literally were like having a fight about it, and so he's just like, well, you're gonna play the race card on me. Mom, I'm that black kid that nobody wants to give a job. Well, who the fuck am I, Angelina Jolie? I mean, you have no idea how you came to be black in the first place?
Another little fun fact about him, or at least our marriage, with him, I had blue-eyed babies. Yeah, believe me, that first one popped out, and I'm kind of like, I'm gonna need a maternity test. That is not something that runs on my side of the family. I don't know what he's been up to. This is not the time to be finding this sort of thing out. And I'm telling you, if you want to mess with some old white rural people, show them a blue-eyed baby with pale skin and a fro. Invariably, I'll get the question, well, where'd you get that pretty little girl? I don't know, Rent-A-Center? Where exactly are they handing out white babies to black chicks? And what, may I ask, is their return policy? I'm asking for a friend. But I love being in the military. I love being a military parent. Because especially as my boys were approaching that puberty and feeling that testosterone, they think they're going to raise up on mom like, you know, they're going to do something. Really, dude? You remember that video of me shooting a grenade launcher? Of all the moms you know, you're going to fuck with this one. There's some other things that Hannah has taught me, like how to do a proper push-up, or how to think strategically, or most importantly, how not to get pissed off when I see another chick dressed like me.
But the thing is, I had an opportunity to hang out with my first ex, and evidently after you've been divorced from somebody for 20 years, you actually don't get along. It's amazing. And it's so funny because, you know, he was just like, well, you know, getting old really sucks. And I look at him like, not if you're hot.
I think myself as a bizarre black woman, because there's a lot of stereotypes that don't apply to me. But I think the biggest thing is the fact that me being married to a white man messed up my credit.
I was completely comfortable with calling my oldest 19 years old for a whole year. I was like, oh, he's 19, he's 19. When he turned 20, I'm like, shit, I'm old.
You don't know what a midlife crisis looks like?
It's fun though. I really like looking younger than I am because I always get that look. And I'm even getting to the point now because people would always guess me much younger. Now people are guessing me at like 30, and I'm getting a little offended because just a couple weeks ago I was 27. Just saying, you know, maybe I need to go to the Lancome counter or something. But on the flip side, though, people see me with my boys, and you know, they look like grown men. They're just like, isn't he a little young for you? Well, technically no, but the point is,
it seems like the older I get, the more accessories I collect. I'm a little befuddled by this whole phenomenon. It's like I'm watching Golden Girls and going, oh my God, I love that necklace.
I grew up in the South, so my great-great-grandparents were slaves. Now, y'all don't get nervous. You outnumber me right now. I ain't gonna get all crazy and shit. But if anybody's feeling guilty, I will take reparations in Jaeger bombs, or Walmart cards, or, you know, sister been wanting to go on a cruise for a while now, but I digress.
Actually, I love coming down to Chillicothe because when I see the KKK, I don't get nervous anymore.
And I have been mistaken for the nanny a time or two, and at first I would get offended because, you know, it's like, really, they weigh 9 pounds. I want to take some credit for this, please. But then I started thinking, you know, anybody who assumes that I'm the nanny, they're making a couple of positive assumptions about me. Maybe I shouldn't overreact. Like, one, they think I've got a job. And two, they figure I can be trusted with some little white kids. So I'm just saying, if you could hook a sister up with some references.
You know, I'm trying to be involved in the art scene here, and one of my rapper friends was going to do a video, and I was like, ooh, can I be a dancer? They cast me as the accountant. And I get it, I'm not so blessed in the chestal region I had all my kids and everything, and people are just like, really, you've had babies and that's all you got left? And the more I think about it, I realize that my boobs are kind of like those oxygen masks in the airplane. They don't inflate, but they still work. Just saying. But I tell you, you know, like I said, I do date white men almost exclusively. And it's really funny. I am attracted to white men, but also I kind of feel like it's my civic duty, you know, giving back to my community because it's my turn to keep the man down for a change. I literally have curlers in my hair because one of two stereotypes was going to come here tonight. I was not going to be late, so here we are. But I put a flower on my do-rag because I'm a freaking lady. Thank you. Man, just when I thought Milford Center couldn't get any whiter, y'all invited me here in the wintertime. I stand corrected. Like, our son was doing this genealogy assignment for school, and he was only in second grade, so it wasn't that intense. But the question was, how far back can you trace your family? Well, my great-great-grandparents were slaves. I was really born in Texas, and so, records get a little murky around the 1800s, you know what I'm saying? And he knew that both sets of great-grandparents immigrated from Europe, so he's, thinking this through, carrying the one, all this kind of stuff. And grandma's parents came over from Ireland, and grandpa's parents came over from Germany. Hey, baby, what boat do you think your folks came over on? Now, thankfully, our son was in the room, so I became the master of self-control in that moment. And for all the Madea movies that I've seen, I realized there was to go to jail. So no, there was no grit ball, there was no, but I thought about it, and I'm trying to think of a way to say it, to get him to shut the hell up. And I finally said, you know what, honey, there's a distinct possibility our folks came on the same boat. It's just mine were rowing. So you guys hear about this 18-year-old girl who's suing her parents?
Yeah.
Is that some bullshit or what? You know what? Honestly, if I were her parents, I would sue her ass for being born. I was really, girlfriend, is that how we're gonna play it? And then what's so crazy about it, she's just so freaking blatant about it. She hasn't lived in her parents' house for months. And she doesn't want to have a relationship with them. She just wants them to pay all her bills. Honey, that's called prostitution. That's a totally different, going about this the wrong way. And when Steve was talking about, teenagers being stupid and everything, unfortunately, in this girl's case, there is an adult who is encouraging her to be stupid because her friend's father is the one who's paying for the lawsuit in the first place. Well, that doesn't raise any suspicion, does it?
Celebrities. Who's a little sick of celebrities right now? I tell you what, though, it's funny. I seem to be that safe black friend that people always think they can ask things whenever black people are in the news for whatever ridiculous shit is going on. And when Paula Deen was in trouble a few months ago, of course, all my friends were like, oh my God, Leslie, she was doing all that stuff. And the N-word, how do you feel about the N-word? What, nymphomania? I'm a fan. I think more people should engage. But, everybody was all kind of on Kim Kardashian when she got pregnant, and they were just like, oh, she's gained all this weight, blah, blah, blah. Girlfriend had childbearing lips before them hormones kicked in. I don't know why anybody was surprised that everything else caught up. Come on now. I don't know how this works. But then she has the baby, and they named the baby North. And again, everybody got a problem with it. Why do you name the baby North? Blah, blah, blah. And at first I didn't understand the problem, but then I realized black people are pissed at Kanye that he didn't spell it with an F. I can only imagine how many people was calling him, dude, you could have taken Ebonics mainstream. What the fuck? What the hell? All this scandal has proven to me is I got 3 years to get my law degree, move to DC, and wait until I get another white president in there before I can fuck him. Excuse me, be his publicist. But Kim, are you talking about Kanye West and was that? I don't know why when a celebrity gets pregnant, everybody acts like, that's the only person who's ever done this ever. And it was really funny because, Kim's not that tall of a girl. And everybody's just like, oh, she's putting on all this weight and all this kind of stuff, as if she didn't have childbearing lips before she got pregnant. Really? You thought nothing else on her was going to swell up when those hormones kicked in. And yeah, everybody's all upset about the name of the baby North. I don't understand why. Well, I guess black people are pissed because they didn't spell it with an F. Personally, I think they need to have another baby and name it South and start marketing the little bitches to the airplane companies. That's my take on it. Somebody ought to
Well, Samuel Jackson got interviewed by this entertainment guy. He was laughing. You heard about that? And the guy thought he was Lawrence Fishburne. And so he's all talking about the Super Bowl commercial, and Samuel's like, I didn't do no Super Bowl commercial. And he's like, dude, are you serious? And wouldn't let it go. Well, Facebook just erupts, and everybody's just like, oh, Samuel, come on, lighten up. You want Mace Windu to lighten up. Really, this man has been making his living, kicking asses and blowing shit up for the past, 30 years. You must have thought it was Will Smith. But anyway, celebrities in the news, right? Evidently, Michael Vick got attacked by a dog. If it was female, Karma's a bitch would never have been so literal. My favorite right now is Rob Ford, the mayor of Toronto. Have you heard about him? That man, finally, the Generation X has trickled up to public office. If you haven't heard of him, Rob, I'll just call him Rob because he's casual like that. In a drunken stupor, was videoed smoking crack. This is the Caucasian mayor of Toronto smoking crack on video. Finally, somebody has shown that it's not just for black people anymore. You know, Marion Barry was like, yes, finally somebody I can call a party with. You know he was saying that. And this guy, oh my God, he has like no filter. He's in a situation where once you've been mayor for so long, they can't like fire you. So basically all the city council is doing is just passing all of these ordinances so he doesn't have any power, but he still has his job. Which, correct me if I'm wrong, how much punishment is it to have a job and have no responsibilities? It's a technique, I guess. But like one of the female employees lodged a sexual harassment complaint against him, and he said that he wanted to eat her, right? And on camera he says, well, I would never say that to that lady. I'm a happily married man and I have plenty to eat at home. Well, now we know the one person who's not going to be in the grocery store when snow is forecast. But outside of that, being his wife, I wouldn't know how to take that, And I mean, he's a big fella. He's like John Candy and Jim Belushi, contributed DNA to scientific experiment baby. He's not little. And I'm just thinking, if that diet is causing him weight gain, maybe she needs to get something checked, because that's not how it's supposed to work. Been around the world and I can't find my baby, and I don't know when, I don't know why he's gone away, and I don't know where he can be, my baby, but I'm gonna find him, right? No, you're not, Lisa. I'm sorry, sweetie, but if you have spent $25,000 trying to track a dude down, he does not want to be found. Okay, take the rest of your money, go to the Bahamas, get your groove back, move on. It's time. It absolutely is time. If I should stay, I would end up in jail someday. So you go, and I paid for everything anyway. And I